We're going to try third time lucky here. I don't know why my camera keeps... damn it. There it goes again. So, looks like I'm still recording, but my screen goes totally blank whenever I do this. I'm going to keep talking, and maybe y'all hear me, but I'm literally staring at a blank screen out there. So, good morning. It is Monday. Today is the first Monday in May, I believe. All these days tend to run together. So I'm literally looking at a blank screen, but I noticed whenever my other videos that I started to do, they were still recording. So I'm going to keep going right here and see what's happening. In fact, let me look at my Facebook and don't know if I'm on or not. Third time lucky here. So my camera keeps Facebook and well, it looks like I'm still broadcasting. So, hey, hope everybody's doing well on there. I'm going to try to watch this thing through my phone if there's any comments. So, if I'm looking off into the distance, forgive me because I really can't see what the hell I'm looking at. I'm just assuming my camera's right there. Not like a good technical glitch to start off Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. Love it. So this weekend was doing that shopping center on Sunday. Had a few more jobs on Saturday. A couple of banks. So one of my techs was talking to me on Sunday, and once again, he had mentioned that he was at one of our vendors and ran into a guy who was going to put us out of business, and that he knew that spray wash was just killing it, and yeah, he was gonna, put us out. Oh, been in business coming up 10 years now, and I've heard that over the last, 5 years a bunch of times as we've grown our footprint out there. And, it just got me to thinking that, there could not be a more stupid way to approach business by going in there and saying, I want to put my competition out of business. If you're dealing with a business, if your business plan is based on hatred, you're going to fail. You might succeed for a little while, but eventually you're going down. It's a horrible, horrible business model to have anything based on. Throughout the years, one or two competitors that are still around and they're actually doing well have called me and said, Ray, I've just started, or I'm thinking about starting something. Could you have me any tips? Or, is there any overflow business you could shoot my way? And, first off, I want to make sure those guys, are if I'm going to recommend somebody, I want to make sure that, that's a quality person. And so they have to, somewhat prove to me that they know what the heck they're doing. But, I give away 6 figures in referrals a year between Spray Wash Pro, people I know from the academy, and local stuff. Just can't handle the business, and a lot of it's out of my area, but there's plenty of local business that I want to give away. I just don't have time to do it. And some of it might not be super profitable business. I mean, I may have people call up and say that, no, we're looking only for the cheap. We want the cheapest. Tanya does an awesome job of pre-qualifying people. Well, we will certainly, there's a place there for cheap people. And some of you guys starting out, you might be able to afford to work at $99 an hour, which, if you don't have an office, if you have, you don't have a bunch of employees, it still can be a great rate to work at. I personally can't really afford to work at $99 anymore. So, you know, to start off your business by being rude and being rude to somebody else's employees, it's just not the brightest thing in the world to do out there. But it's amazing, you know, how many times it happens. I noticed there was a guy, you know, last year, I think I was talking about him, somebody that went with a name very, very similar to mine, called himself Tallahassee Spray Wash, which was, you know, my attorney said, hey, we'll get him shut down if you want to spend the money. It wasn't worth the money because with this dude's personality, he's already out of business. So he came in, he hacked it up for 8-9 months. He's gone. Websites, you know, not showing anything. Equipment's gone. You know, oh well. He's also, this guy like showed up. We were doing a service station at night, and you know, got out and started screaming and yelling, and was obviously drunk and belligerent at my guys, and was, you tell Ray and Tanya I'm coming for them. I'll kick their ass if I see them. Well, how'd that work out for you, Jethro? You know, we're all in this game together. So, you know, be gracious to your fellow man. Sure, there's some idiots out there, but even if we can sit here and try to help the idiots and make them non-idiots, it's really a good thing. I firmly believe that it's not a zero-sum game whenever we wash, okay? There's not a finite number of washes that are out there. There's multiple washes. And in fact, the more that we wash out there, the more that we make other people wash. Like the first guy who comes into a town and starts doing roof washing and advertising roof washing, people are reading that ad or looking at a picture and going, what the hell is roof washing? I've never even heard of roof washing before. But the more people that are out there doing roof washing, well, believe it or not, now more people see that and understand it is a viable, good surface. It's a viable service, or it's a service that's needed out there. So the more fast food restaurants we do, whenever, you know, we start making the Whataburgers look great and the Burger Kings are all suffering in the town, well, maybe that makes Burger King go, gosh, maybe we should get this cleaned up. I mean, I firmly believe that competition is a great thing, because not only, you know, there's not one company that's large enough to handle all the cleaning. So, you know, embrace your competition. And if there's somebody larger than you out there, then by God, get out there and make friends with them. Make nice. Don't go with the thought of, I'm putting them out of business. Because, you know, no man is an island, and you know, it could really actually benefit you to play nice with those people, instead of just going with a mindset that they're your enemy. Couple of huge things coming up I wanted to tell you all about. Some more things I want to say that are kind of controversial, but that I had written down, and I don't know whether I should say them or not. You know what? I'm going to say them just for the fun of it. And I haven't really thought this through a lot. Oh, people are putting, see, I'm actually watching myself on my phone right here since my screen is still black. See, people are thumbing me up and egging me on here. So anybody that's here watching this, I applaud you. Anybody that has joined, you know, the Spray Wash Academy, good on you. If you're a member of Spray Wash Pro, even better, because we really get into some good information on that I'm just not willing to share here. If you're making an effort to educate yourself, to better yourself in this industry, it's awesome, because it's a great industry. Ask these guys, anybody that has companies, you know, that you see that's really out there, that talks sensible, ask them if they love their life. And I think you'll find out that, hey, we do love our lives. I mean, it's a great business to be in. I'm happy. You know, it really is. You know, the money is fantastic. One of the things that I had written down is, you know, keep in mind, you know, a lot of you guys out there are making a 60, 65% profit margin whenever you're working, you know, by yourself or with a helper out there. That's a freaking awesome profit margin. I don't know if you've ever been in retail. Retail isn't that kind of profit margin. I don't know if you've ever made a living selling stuff. Most commissions aren't that high. Now, as you scale up your business, that profit is going to go down. Okay. Scale up, profit down. And it's just, it's a life. I mean, if anybody can figure out how to do $1 million out there and still retain 50% of it, I'd love to talk. You know, we run 30, 35% profit over at our company, and are very blessed to do that. So don't think that you're going to scale your company up and still retain that same type of profit margin, because they are inversely proportionate. I think, you know, we've seen Brandon Vaughn talk about not too long ago where they had the hard time was whenever they were at 900 to $1.4 million, because at that point you're now having to hire non-revenue producing people to help manage your fleet. You know, you've got these cash vampires that are just sucking you dry. You know, so real important. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with staying with an owner operator with one rig, a backup rig. It's one of the things that I truly love about this business out here. I mean, you can be as small or as big as you want and still be profitable on it. It's really, really a cool thing about this business. And let's face it, you know, $250 on a rig, managing your expenses, managing your help, should be a pretty darn good profit, you know, margin on there. And I don't know of too many other jobs similar to what we're doing, where we're making our own schedule, where you can make that kind of jing out there. It's really not. Getting back to the attitude that we were talking about a minute ago. And I see this, and this is where I'm going to get, I apologize if I offend anyone here. No, actually, I don't apologize, but some of this needs to be said. And I'm going to use the landscaper example out here, and I'm not picking on any landscapers. But I see this attitude out here because I'm in several of the groups. I think Florida is one of the worst ones for the type of mentality that I'm talking out here. But understand, this field, pressure washing, power washing, soft washing, roof cleaning, there's a whole lot of guys doing this that frankly are doing this because they can't do anything else. Okay? And I know we like to pick on landscapers and stuff, and it's like, well, if they weren't power washing, they'd be pushing a mower somewhere. I got news for you. They couldn't build a successful landscape business doing this, not with the attitudes that they have, because a successful landscape business, you know, you've got to schedule your business. You've got to keep providing good customer service over and over and over again. You know, you have to cut their grass weekly or bi-weekly. You have to trim their hedges. You really have to have a great attention to detail. And frankly, there's a lot of guys out here doing this, and I see their pissy attitudes online. I hope it doesn't transfer that way over to a customer. I don't think they could actually go and deal with people nicely on a weekly basis on these customers. But they can go in there for a quick hit pressure washing, you know, once a year or so out there, and make a little bit more money than if they were, you know, just cutting grass. Because you're not going to provide quality landscape service and build a client base and be able to schedule and get all this worked in with these horrible, horrible attitudes. I mean, I think that's why a lot of painters, do this out there, because we do it once a year and we don't have to deal with people that much. So again, I'm not doing this to criticize any other profession. I'm saying this to just relate to, look at some of the attitudes and the people that you see out here. They're just really some pissy guys in this field. On the other hand, there's some of the greatest people in this field too that are always willing to lend advice and always willing to help you. So seek out those people and stay away from the negative Nancys out there. I know a lot of the Florida guys, I mean, we fuss about the $99 and stuff. You know what? If you set yourself apart, man, Florida's still a great market. I'm in it. I see Gene O'Neill. He's watching. Gene's still killing it in Florida. Joe Flanagan, Dave Starling, Joe Bellamore. These are Florida guys. They're doing okay. And they're not out there. I mean, are they competing with the $99 guys? In some respects, we're always competing against each other. But you know what? Those $99 guys are taking away non-profitable business from you too, and it's giving it to your competition. So, Jacob, you're always in the mood. Is this first breakfast, Jacob, or second breakfast? I'm curious. You could even be on third breakfast at this point. So exciting news coming up. Huge announcements tonight regarding the huge convention. So, huge convention is now 3 months away. Branson, Missouri. Look for a video. Might have a special guest on a video tonight. Look for that. We're going to talk about some good stuff out there. And education-wise, as a lot of people say, well, I can't afford to go to the huge convention. You cannot not afford. You can not afford to go to the huge convention. Spray Wash Academy will have some paid classes there. I know John Tornabene, he's going to have a class there. I think there might be some more special classes coming up at the huge convention that'll be offered just before the convention. I know last year that our plant and property protection was really, highly rated, and a lot of people love that. We've had lots of calls for that class. Dougie Doo and I will be repeating that class this year. So love to see y'all there. I saw a comment in a thread the other day about the free education. This is what all these free education events are doing. Well, the huge convention isn't free. Our class is not going to be free. The free events that you go to are introduction events. You're not necessarily getting any training per se at a free event. Now, does that mean you should go to free events or you shouldn't go? Absolutely, you should go. You should go to meet people. You should go to get a taste of what's going on. You should go to meet awesome vendors out there. You should go to learn little tiny nuggets and kernels of information. But you're not actually getting trained on anything whenever you're sitting around for 45 minutes and listening to somebody talk. You might be getting an idea, but you're not truly getting training out there. So highly recommend you get out there and do some extended extra training. All right, I guess I'm going along here. People are I am feeling festive, Jake. What are you talking about? Let me run through my comments here and see. Oh, that's right, you're working with Nick. Andrew Snyder is here. Scott, yeah, Scott, you're not having a problem with Florida, are you, Scott? Mike Kilgore, he's another Florida guy that's killing it. Not only is he killing it, now he owns, a supply house as well. And you can get you can get Sherbon sealers and any kind of brick, masonry, stone sealers out there from Mike. Wealth of information from that guy as well. Andrew, my shirt is kind of boring. I don't know. I'm feeling I have a 9:30 walkthrough with a customer. So I wanted to go just kind of middle of the road today, not wild and crazy. Other questions. I'm so weird having to look at my phone. It's got me thrown off. Well, let's see. Well, I think y'all got the gist of what I'm saying. I'll recap. Be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. Don't be a jackass in your professional life. Don't be a jackass online. Seek out mentors. Whenever it comes to opening or growing your business, seek to grow your thing instead of destroy someone else. It will never work in the end if that's what your plan is to do, is just to destroy someone else. You'll wind up destroying yourself in the pursuit of doing that. It's a horrible, nice nipples, really? It's a horrible, horrible, horrible business model out there. Even in crappy markets, you can still, find a market out there. I named off some names, I think, that are finding their markets, even in a cheap, horrible, place like Florida. So happy Monday, guys. Go out, rock it. I understand that Power Wash Store is going to be doing something in Long Island coming up as well. Look for details on that. The Pressure Washing Outlaws event in June has been postponed due to some medical problems with Corey's family. So that's going to be off the table for right now. I hope everybody has just an absolutely awesome Monday. Wash on, guys. See y'all soon.